Hi, Facebook friends. So tonight I'm going to do a peppered steak, or as the French would say, fillet au poivre. So basically I've got some prime fillet steak. We bought this local, right? And I'm going to crush some peppercorns. Now, if you don't have a pestle and mortar, this is a good way to do it. First of all, a really strong handled saucepan. Don't want a flimsy one, you want a strong one. And then I'm crushing the peppercorns. Do you hear them crushing? And I'm holding them like that. If my wife saw me doing this with her saucepan, she would go mad. Right, you see that? How I've crushed them up? I've still got a few more there I want to crush up. Easy done. So we've got a nice bit of fillet steak, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the steak actually with the peppercorns. I like it hot, so there we go. Now, remember that I've oiled the steak there, and I've got a dry frying pan. Now that frying pan is on a medium heat, and we just leave it there, and I'm going to put the steak straight in there. Hear it? That tells me that's warm enough. Okay, steak's in there, so now I need to think about the peppered sauce. It's very simple. The basic ingredients are, we've got some double cream. Whipping cream will do, because you've got to remember that you're actually boiling the cream. Single cream will split. Then I've got some good quality French red wine and some exceptional brandy. We've got sea salt to season the steak. And then we've got some Welsh butter here. This is all part of the sauce. Now, I've probably said it before when I've done these sort of things. If the alcohol that you're going to use in your cooking, if it's not nice enough for you to drink it, then do not use it in cooking. Because if you're looking for a quality dish, you can't use second-rate wine or second-rate meat or steak. You know, it has to be really the best, to get the best quality. So if we go back to the steak here, you see there, I'm just going to put it a little bit more, and I'm going to put a knob of butter into the pan to encourage it. Because I like my steaks rare, I'm going to turn it over like that. This is a classic French steak dish. Sometimes they even do it at the table in the restaurant, where they do it on the Garadon trolley, and the waiter will have a frying pan there and they will cook it there. It's one of those old-fashioned dishes that I learned to do when I was at college. We're actually having with this tonight, we're having like just a normal mixed salad, cost lettuce, onions, we've even put some fruit in it, we've got some olives, and then we've got these Spanish paprika potatoes. If I show you here, I've already cooked these. Diced potatoes, again this is local potatoes, onions, garlic, paprika. We've got the smoked paprika in there, and we've also got the smoked, and we've got the hot paprika, the piquant. Right, as this steak is cooking, I'm going to season it now. I'm gonna put the salt on it. If you put salt on meat, it draws out the blood. So if you're doing something like liver and you want to draw the blood out before you cook it, you put salt in it. But because the blood is the juices, I don't want to do that with a steak. And also you will notice that I'm using tongs as opposed to a prong. So I don't want to prong the fillet steak. So I'm just going to turn that up a little bit, just to flick it over. I'm going to season the other side as well. That's it, just a little bit of salt there to bring the flavour out. That's it, you can smell it. Right, this is very rare. Okay. So I'm going to turn the gas down a little bit. We've sealed it on the outside. I'm just going to rest it for a moment. So I'm taking it out the frying pan, I'm putting it on my plate, and I'm going to cover it. Now, we've got the juices and everything in there. We've got the peppercorns that are in there. So we want to, what we call deglace, that we're just going to put some red wine. And that reduces. And then I'm putting the double cream. And double cream, as you boil it down, it reduces. You can see that. I'm just going to reduce it. And then we're going to put the brandy, and I'm going to flambe it. There it goes. Flambe it. Turn it off. That's the sauce, all nicely done. So we go back to the fillet steak. I'm going to put it on the chopping board here. You see how tender that cuts? I've also done a crouton, right? So I've fried a piece of bread, and I'll go and get that now. And the idea with the fried piece of bread, that it collects all the juices. There we go. We just let that rest on the top there. You can see how that sauce is absolutely beautiful. And then we just put this over the top, the pepper sauce. Look at that. Bon appetit. Pepper steak made with fillet steak, cream, red wine, brandy and butter. Easy peasy. Good night.